And welcome back. Okay, at least think of something creative. Like, you got me. Congratulations, but I'm getting bored.
I put a little work into my interruptions last year.
I'm getting bored of that interruption. Can you think of something better? All right,
You're
thanks.
getting bored of penis?
Yes, I'm getting bored of penis. Heckin', you guys have roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of regular travel, which are going by wagon, so I'll cut that down to half. You guys have about 3 days of travel ahead of you if you're heading towards Richmond, which sits at the base of Mount Craig.
Well done. Proud of you. Craig. Mount Craig.
Well, hello there, Craig.
Hello there, Craig.
What's happening, Craig?
It's fucking Craig!
It's Craig.
So.
Caterpillar ambushes you.
What?
I guess I'm leveling up today. No, I'm
It's just a regular-sized caterpillar.
Yeah! This falls from the tree. Let's see. Let's redetermine a couple things now that everybody's here. What the heck? Get out of here! Why are you going off? At 1:30. Why would I need an alarm at 1:30 on Saturday? I know what I'm doing at 1:30 on Saturday! You guys set up camp for the night. Vogan, you set up traps. I'd like you to roll me a survival check, as well as a D100, to see if you managed to catch anything. That's a survival check.
Damn.
D100 is a 3.
Oh.
Alright, so I'm just gonna make a note here on my paper so it can't be tracked. Fucking.
So we can't track it.
So you
from
can't
our
hack
end.
it.
God.
You can't hack.
We were hacking.
You can't hack my notepad, bro. Alright.
Oh.
My notepad is
I bet
protected by
Super Hacker
NordVPN.
My NordVPN.
I swear to God. It's swordfish!
It's not there. Like, wow, this forest is so interesting. Green, huh?
Oh, I'm gonna roll. No, I know exactly what to do. Next one, Fenris and Aristo. Roll me perception checks.
Okie dokie.
So yeah, your first, the first watch goes by, nothing happens. Things are relatively calm. You guys do find it's a little bit cold tonight. You shiver a bunch.
That ain't bad.
But
Oh no.
That is bad.
Oh, no.
That do bad. Yeah.
Fenris, you're real cold. Distractingly so.
You gotta warm her up, Aristo.
We're up, Aristo.
Is there anything you guys like to do for that watch?
For some reason, my titties are real cold.
Specifically, my titties.
Cover the window, God!
Such language.
She wouldn't say that.
Aristo goes on to his fainting couch.
That's right, friends. You all continue your rest. I will watch over you. Standing above them all, stars and stripes boxers.
I walk back into camp, just like, shut up, with like a big deer over my shoulder.
Oh, neat.
And I proceed to
Let's bleed that out while we're doing our watch.
Yeah. I don't think I rolled high enough to notice anything, so I'm just focusing on the deer.
I mean, I got a 6, so I think I'm focusing on the deer, too.
Yeah.
We're just bleeding it out. We're just not even really doing a watch.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh.
Yo,
yeah.
The tackling it like they tackled the apple.
Yep.
Oh.
This is Vogan Quintus time. This isn't watch time. This is Vogan Quintus time.
So
Yeah.
In another world, they've set up like a really disjointed, unfocused podcast that during their rest they're doing, but they're doing it quiet enough that no one gets woken up.
Hey, this is the Chill Podcast with your hosts, Vogan and Quintus.
Hello. We do these in the morning so we can rise with the sun.
We're gonna play some music for you. Again, this is Chill Beats to Maim 2.
He doesn't play an instrument, so he's like...
And like I'm just like tapping on the armor, like ding 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 ding.
canon. I love it.
V&Q coming at you late night with a Q&A.
Unfortunately, the A is asleep, so.
Anyways. Aristo, you have a dream about a sea monster hurtling through the ocean, moving as fast as it can towards who knows where.
Oh shit!
Man, I wonder what that could be trying to tell me.
All right.
Amazing.
My dream was about horses.
My dream was about going for walks.
Aw.
Hell yeah.
Stew?
It's just like, aren't you guys supposed to be watching? We're supposed to be what now?
Oh yeah!
All right, we forgot.
Yeah, I caught a deer.
I mean, it's really good that you caught a deer, but what if something tried to kill us in our sleep?
Then I would have killed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not that hard.
Okay, I trust you guys.
Think, jeez. God.
The amount of on the same page Quintus and Vogan were with that. Like, we kill it.
So
What?
good.
We kill it.
I love
Quintus
them.
and Vogan best friends? What?
What?
How did that happen?
Amazing.
Man, fuckeristo.
We've been
in
taking
there.
taking advantage of this fucking watch, man.
Yeah.
Ever
It's
since we've
okay.
started, we've been taking advantage of our two-person watch.
It's alright, everyone can be my best friend.
Sorry. I will talk to you when it's
Morning.
not morning.
Why is it? Yo, food. Okay.
There you go.
Quintus's dream. Jesus Christ.
Why did Vogan
Okay.
scorpion mark?
I didn't mean to. I was clicking on my sheet.
Oh no.
You see, I'm killing Quintus. We've become too close, and I'm afraid.
I got too close. This isn't on you. This is on me. I'm sorry.
I don't care about things.
He seems hesitant. I was looking for a flower called the Queen of the Night, which grows up in the mountains, and I heard that it could be used as medicine, but I think it was just a superstition about it. I don't think it was unfounded.
Have I heard of a flower like this?
Roll me nature.
19.
You've heard of the Queen of the Night. It's a silver and purple flower that does grow in mountainous areas. It's the main thing about this that sticks out to you is you would know generally. It has no medicinal qualities. Period. And it is not uncommon. It is not a flower that would be hard to get if you really needed to get one.
So he's
Who
lying. is
told
what
you
you're
that
saying.
the Queen of the Flower is a
Queen of the Night.
medicinal herb?
An herbalist that was passing through town did.
I'd like to insight check that.
I'd like to fail an insight check. 'Cause I'm not
Roll
gonna
insight.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
I'm just believing him. But
Not great.
12.
hey,
Those are okay.
those are pretty good.
He definitely looks like he's dodging questions at this point. You don't detect any malicious intent, but you very much pick up on the obvious tone of him trying to reach for and construct something that sounds rational, but he's not. He's not being forthcoming. But Miriam and Fenris, you guys come in at this point.
Nice.
Please, sir, if there's anything you can tell us about this, it could be incredibly helpful and help a lot of people. Please, I suggest you tell us anything you can about this and what happened to you. I suggest.
Oh!
Go ahead and roll it.
Fuck, yes.
Of course
Jeez.
this is
All
what we
right.
come
What's
back.
your spell
I'm glad-
save?
Looks like 14.
Nice.
All right. If you want to know what I was doing, and if it's going to help somebody, I'll tell you, but can I tell you outside?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes, whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Oh, Fenris, Kitty, we're going outside. Keep the door
We're
open.
going
Let's
back
go.
outside. Come on.
Okay. Holds door open.
Oh, thank you, Fenris.
Oh, Risto, that was badass. I suggest you, and then just like fucking, I'm imagining like fucking a shine go across your eye or something.
Yeah, bitch. Trust in me. Trust.
As he starts uttering arcane words that also go with the spell.
Yes.
Aristo smiles. His teeth glisten.
Oh my god.
Laura, we're going to be... I need to show them something in town very fast, where they can find a store they need to be at tomorrow. We'll be back very soon. We'll be back in time for food. And you just hear me like, all right. And you're absolutely certain that this is something you need to know to help somebody.
Any information you can give us could be helpful in any way.
I was not trying to deceive you. I was looking for Queen of the Night, but that's not why I went into the mountains. We have Have you heard of the Silver Esper before? The Silver Esper, Queen of the Night, is part of a small ritual that invokes her at midnight, which if you need to know the details of it, I could tell you. That's the information that I had to find. To beseech Arbella, the Silver Esper, you must go up to her shrine in the mountains, her pre-Simonian shrine. That seems to always be in a different place when people go looking for it, according to the tales. Scatter 100 silver coins about, as well as the petals of a Queen of the Night flower, and then call to her when the moon is at its highest. And then she'll appear, and she's who I went to speak to. I don't know what you've heard of her, rumor-wise. A lot of people tell stories. She has been known to tell the future. She can look into the past, but mainly, she is a great healer. Knows how to cure most any sickness from what we know. We believe her to be an Adolos. I didn't want to say
You managed to
this.
find her?
I did.
Is she the reason why your daughter's okay now?
She is.
Well, then you did your best as a father.
No,
Well done.
I did my
Yeah.
best.
Your family is lucky to have you.
It's true.
I could have done better as a father. When you make a deal with the Silver Esper, there is a cost to it.
Is it 100 silver coins?
That is part of it. She looked into the future of my daughter and saw that there was no way she was going to survive. Not without the help of those much more proficient than even clerics. She told me that she could cure my daughter and make it look like she naturally recovered. But to save a life took a life. Her cost was that he looks very ashamed that I'd trade a life that I had claimed too. And I decided the life of the daughter we have is more valuable than the potential life of one that we might.
You killed your unborn child.
Promised her life to the Esper, yes. I'm not sure exactly what that entails.
We would know if she was killed.
Wolverine, calm down.
The Esper did not seem to do it because it did not seem evil. I was not forced. It was an equivalent price and the only thing that I could offer that was equivalent to a life. So if you need the Esper to save somebody, I'm sure that you all have resources I don't. But be aware that to seek the help of the Esper is to trade something of equal value. Why are you being so kind?
We are the highest standard. Raising the standard for guilds and practices in this area.
It's also
If we were to
just
turn a
painful
blind
that-
eye to something like this, we could not call ourselves heroes.
If there's ever anything you need, and if you can save the life of my unborn child, then I would... I don't know what to say.
Just
We're at
say
your
yes.
disposal. Yes, if you do it, then yes. Is there anything that we can do for you?
As I said before, we're looking for a man. Potentially, if you hear word of him, you could allow us knowledge of this. His name is Kyverium.
He's a gnome.
If we're going up into that
Kyverium's so
mountain,
kind.
it'll take us a little while. So just keep your ear to the ground. That'll be payment enough.
Could Kyverium possibly have been going into the mountains to see if he could talk to the Esper?
Potentially.
You guys do know
Yeah.
where Kyverium went.
Oh yeah?
Oh.
Shit. Where'd he
Remember-
go?
Where did he go?
Remember the letter.
None
I
of us
can't.
remember the letter.
We all keep forgetting about the
One sec,
letter.
do I still have that?
We kind of suck.
Let me consult the letter that we all remember.
The one that you apparently
Fucking
It's amazing.
sneak away for that you not to let anyone survive the ambush. Bandit Lord thinks us dead. Make your way to Richmond by any means necessary and meet us in a room at the Restful Flounder. Yeah.
Of course, yes.
Oh, yeah. Flounder, we knew that.
Flounder, yes, of course.
Perhaps instead, then, you can tell us where to find the restful flounder.
Yes.
I know where that is, certainly. The restful flounder is, he, like, motions up towards the third tier of the town. It's an inn, it's up there. I'm blown away that you would want to help. I could never have asked
no
that of
problem
you.
at all.
If not, you would have had to dwell with that decision for the rest of your life.
Fenris is here. Oh god.
Oh,
No,
I've been
Yeah, she's been here.
That's fair. I will admit, I sort of considered them to be in a state of quantum uncertainty. I didn't know if they were here, but I assumed that if they wanted to be, they could be.
I held the door open. She held the door
They
open.
held the door
You held the
open.
door open as you're
Totally.
walking in. I didn't know
Totally.
you're following.
Oh, they held the door out, yeah.
Oh,
Let us make our way over toward the inn and see if we can't find Kyverium. Potentially see if any of the locals know a safer way up the mountain that doesn't take 2 weeks.
All right. Well,
are we all going to the inn?
can't wait to fight a hag.
Right? That's all that's gonna fucking happen, man. Like, shit.
All right.
To this place, but you do see that in the front area, where you presume that you would enter and rent a place, there appear to be some lights peeking through the grated shutters that are there.
I am making my way inside toward the whimsy.
Well, here you go.
Say,
If everybody's going, I'm following.
Excuse me, my good man.
As you enter the door, a bell goes off, and yeah, as you come in and say that, he just looks up. Hey!
Make my way to
Greetings.
the front.
wait, as you're going forward, I'm gonna tap Quintus on the shoulder. Let me do something first.
Oh.
Are you looking to stay the night, eh? We got rooms available.
Yes, my good man. Me and my friends are looking for a deeply restful room with a view of the beach.
He goes quiet, and
Oh.
you
What
see
the
the color
fuck?
drain from his face.
Oh fuck.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, please?
I believe you heard. A deeply restful room with a view of the beach.
He, like, leans in and goes quiet. He's like, I thought that our business had concluded. Could you... Why are you, I mean, I'm always...
Like a while away.
I'm always very... I'm willing to... I thought we were done.
Oh, not quite. There seem to have been some complications later down the road, and we're trying to trace them back to the source. So I would suggest that you tell me everything that happened since that little man came in here.
Roll.
So confused.
What in the fuck is he?
Casting... I'm gonna take that as your casting suggestion.
Yes.
Great use of suggestion.
I love it.
Second time this game.
This is a Risto's fucking game, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying, man.
Doing so well.
I can't remember. I think afterward aware that they had used on them. I can't remember. What do you need to know? What are you asking?
Well, let's see. Let's make sure. Check all the boxes here. What exactly did you tell him?
Well, after the previous person came in, your associate, I assume, and threatened my life and told me what to do if somebody came in and asked me the thing that you have just asked me. It took a while, but then this peculiar gnome came in, said his name was Cliverium Southrester, and gave me a great many details about who he was that I cannot remember.
Great
And I did as I was told. I took him to the room in the basement that is not usually open for public use that I was directed to. Told him that his friends would be along shortly, and then, as instructed, locked the door behind him, and I have not gone back in there since. You want to go look in the room?
Yes.
Absolutely. We would like to inspect it at once.
I spoke with, I take it to be, Cahulian.
Mm-hmm. Bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, Logan.
I'd
You
like
slut.
to keep 3 of the rooms upstairs, if you could.
Alright. Tell you what, that's all in the house. You've been very gracious and have not ended my life. So you can go ahead and take those rooms.
Trust me, we have no intention of anything bad happening to anyone in this building, but we would appreciate some discretion. We're gonna go find out what happened to our friend downstairs.
Sure. If I may, and if I'm not imposing too much, if you intend to continue a business, some indication of that may be in order, 'cause I thought we were done. I didn't realize you'd be back.
We like to keep people surprised.
You just, like, very much see, like,
Shy thumbs
curls
up.
his lips to that answer. He's like, alright. I guess you'll just drop in whenever you wish to. That's fine by me.
Oh, we'll mind our manners.
poor guy.
We'll mind our manners from this point forward.
I'll just live the rest of my life worrying that at any time I'm going to be called on to, I don't know, murder a man. That's fine.
Good.
I'm gonna be
Until we
honest with
leave, that's a good thing to think.
Oh.
I'm gonna come clean, my friend.
Mm.
We're a special task force assigned by the king to hunt these people down.
Wow.
We've been on their trail for a couple months now, and they're cold-blooded killers. The fact that you got out of this alive is incredible.
Very commendable.
Okay, so bolstered by the fact that he was just suggestioned, I'd like you to roll deception with advantage.
Oh, fuck.
Roll well.
Do it. Do it real well.
Pretty
Pretty good, pretty good.
You were sent here by, when you say the royal family, are you referring to
One finger up to my lips.
all the way from heaven's jaw? My word.
Yeah, these guys are the real deal.
He does, like, the zipping his mouth closed motion in a world that I presume lacks zippers.
What a horrible world.
Does the slow buttoning his mouth closed motion, affixing a lock to one side, turning a key and throwing it away. They don't know how to save time in this age.
Okay.
Mum's the word.
Mum's the word. Dude.
Sorry we didn't come out right with it. We just wanted to make sure you weren't one of them.
I did not even want their business. I'm being totally honest with you. She was very persuasive.
The coin you made off of this whole business, just think of that as a reward for being so helpful in our investigation.
Very generous. Certainly.
I give him a wink and I start walking back downstairs.
Alright, those downstairs, what have you been doing?
Investigating the room.
I look to them, I mention, I felt a breeze inside of here. Tear this room apart.
So, I would like you, you guys searching the room, go ahead and all of you roll me investigation.
He's just like, tear it apart. We're fucking fine.
Investigation, those in the room, please.
Okay. Well, that's not good.
Hell yeah.
Oh no! His investigation is tearing it apart.
I heard tear it apart. Tipping over the
I'm
bed.
glad I got a really good. I'm glad I got a really good investigation with that.
Okay, Quintus, as you're investigating the room, again, roll me 1d100 again.
Hippie. Oh,
Okay.
I got a 9.
So, you see two things as you're looking around. The first is, as you're looking at the walls and, like, moving things and trying to trace the, maybe what happened in the room, you see one of, like, the smaller bookshelves. You notice there's a hole on one of the upper shelves that is going up into it, and you notice another hole's blown out the back. And then looking at it, you see another similar one is also in this bookcase. Moving it aside, you see that there are 2 bullet holes in the wall that look like they were formed relatively recently.
Vogan, stop destroying the bed and come here.
What?
Holding whole
Trying to
bed
look for
above
stuff,
head.
Vogan. You're just breaking
told me to-
everything.
Vogan, bring that piece of bed. We're breaking this wall.
God.
Doesn't even ask questions.
This is how Quintus investigates. He's like, no finesse. There's something up
So,
here. We're breaking the room. Pulling out the crowbar.
All right.
All right.
In that
I'm gonna
case,
start fucking wedging this thing out.
I also have a crowbar. I will
We are destroying this wall. The other two come in and we are destroying this fucking wall.
you notice a very small ornament, like a little tiny globe on one of them, and you reach over to it. When you pull it, you feel a switch give. And the door that they're all wailing on, the stone just slides to the side.
We did it!
We did it!
We're so strong!
We've done it.
Yeah, good
Good
job.
job, everybody.
We clink crowbars.
Yeah, quick crowbars!
I feel like bullshit.
I'm about this squad.
Hey, crowbars.
He's got a stone wall. He's got a crowbar. You idiots! We all have crowbars.
Love it.
You hear a faint whisper in your ear, and like the feeling of 5 fingertips on your back, and you are paralyzed. Lexi, you hear the same thing effectively.
I knew it! This bitch! I told you, Logan. I
I
told you
know.
she'd be back today. You were all like, me, I
and
don't
we're going
know.
back to the other chat. Yo, what up, guys?
We just saw something happen bad.
Ah, shit.
We just
It's
saw
okay,
bad
you
shit happen.
guys. I'm okay.
3,
It's fine.
You guys collectively, everyone shut up. You guys enter into a very large chamber.
Guys, there's something behind us.
As you back away, she like tilts her head. There it is. All right.
Arista!
So Aristo,
Yes,
I mean, he had some really good suggestion stuff earlier. He had to die.
yeah, it had to come full circle.
Good. Yeah.
You are now a bat.
I'm
What?
Paralyzed.
Paralyzed bat.
I'm gonna be honest. This is not what I was expecting.
I am surprised.
Damn, she used polymorph on you that quick.
I can't believe we're fighting a hag.
And there's just a bat remaining there that is suspended in air for just a second, and then as it falls, you see a cage just whip up and catch him in it.
I shoot her! Fuck this bitch!
And we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative.
Something's happening behind me.
So she
None of
visible?
this.
She's visible now,
funny.
yes.
Yeah, we saw her on her broomstick. Like, dude, as soon as we see her on her broomstick,
Ah,
I'm
there
like,
she
Fuck
is.
her up!
I thought that-
Man, funny that she turned you into a bat. Wonder why.
Dude, as soon as that happened, Izzy was like, "Came turn me into a bad. That's racist."
Like, what the fuck, Scandal?
Her
All
token
right.
makes me laugh.
So you are a paralyzed bat.
What's Billy doing?
Save me, Billy.
Yeah, right?
We watch as Billy attempt.
Billy's on me right now.
Yeah.
Billy.
I was thinking the same thing, Brad. Billy's like, "Oh."
I'm sure
tosses
Billy's
up a
smart enough.
golfer.
I called dibs on
The
shooting.
bat is within a cage that is tied to the very end of her broomstick. Just FYI, for anyone wondering exactly the location.
They're
of that.
trying to kidnap Aristo!
Why is she stealing our boy? You bitch!
That's our boy!
I was very much. I was so hoping. I'm just gonna be totally honest about what I was. I knew it wouldn't work, but I was like, in an ideal world, you both get paralyzed because she twin spelled Hold Monster. And then I was hoping you'd both get polymorphed, and then I could have the party just turn around and be like, "Where'd they go?"
Is that what you
That would've
fucking
been
said to me?
terrifying.
Hold monster.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
okay.
Hold. Let's see. Fucking what
Whole
was it?
person or whole monster?
It was one of the holds. It was a hold that applies to you. That's all you need to know.
I was gonna say one's a 5th level spell, and she got a lot scarier.
Yeah.
I mean, polymorph's a 4th level. So.
She's still scared. Fuck, you're not helping, Loki.
And all initiatives. Yo, Bat. Roll a wisdom save.
Get him, Bat.
Roll a wisdom save, Bat.
Nat
Roll
20,
it.
nat 20, nat
Nat
20,
20,
nat
nat
20.
20.
Okay.
Did she put him in a cage?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, so the bat is still
If you suddenly turn back into Aristo inside the
That's gonna
tiny
be a
cage.
Bad time.
I mean, it might not be a super strong cage. You might break it.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Let's assume you break it.
Let's hope you break it.
So
Because I'm going to hit you until you become not a
your
bounty.
turn is you are paralyzed and polymorphed and you are stuck.
God, if
Yeah.
I turn back, I'm just gonna get pushed through the bars like a Play-Doh mold.
Oh!
The cage will give out before you do. So let me just
Saving face.
You still hit. Go ahead.
Yeah. I love saving face so much.
Yeah, you would have just missed after the shield, so that's good. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Die!
Oh, it expired! Yeah! That's amazing! She rolled super low! As you hit her, and she tries to, like, spin and fly away really quickly, you strike her. She lets out a very quick yelp, and as she does, Aristo, you burst forth from the cage. Both the polymorph and that, and then you just no longer paralyzed. Good save.
Alright, well that sort
Hashtag
of ruins my plan, doesn't it? Luckily, all I'd really intended for the lot of you is that you'd listen to me, so how do you feel about having a talk?
Are you kidding me?
What could we possibly have to talk about?
What do you want?
We have a lot to talk about.
I had
just
imagined a
gonna-
lot of you would have had questions. After all, you seem to be caught very off guard.
Where is he?
Oh, Kyverium? Some old friends of my mother have her.
So
Her
he's
friends-
alive.
Oh, depending.
Why did you take him?
To get you here. And it
Why
took
do you
you a
need
while, by the way.
Well, why do you want us here?
You had us at your beck and call. You threw us into a grave, leaving us for dead.
Now, if I tried to talk to you when that happened, then Murkwire would have said something to me, wouldn't he? I want to know, to what extent do you intend to pursue what you're doing?
Till the ends of the earth.
As long as this guy's doing it, so I guess that.
Suppose that's about
He
time.
has something of mine.
Oh, you're referring to the Constelliquary.
Yes.
Maybe?
You yourself don't know what it was.
No.
Tell you what. She flies over that way and motions for you guys to stop approaching.
I'll get up with Vogan.
The lot of you are proving to be rather boring, so let's make our relationship a little bit more interesting. If you can manage to reach me when I say go in 1 minute, I'll answer any one question you want with complete honesty. And if you don't, well, I guess I won't do anything to you. How does that sound? Get to me, lay your hands on me once in the next minute.
I'm waiting for her to say go.
She puts her hands up. You see, like, lightning begin crackling around her, and energy begins arcing between her hands. She points upwards. What looks like a bolt of lightning, a very slow one, strikes the ceiling. You got and lets out this echoing crash. The place does not seem to collapse, but as it does, you guys see chunks of the ground, chunks of the walls and the ceiling begin moving as if animated. Miriam, I'm going to need you to make a wisdom save as she's going to do one thing that she can do out of 10.
Haven't you done enough?
Stop!
All this
stop.
does
He's
is
already dead.
All this does is continue. What?
No!
She's really pretty.
As you're stunned, she moves around, moves over to you. She slowly reaches out one of her fingernails as you just freeze in place. And she is going to... which one? She is going to reach out, and with her nails, she seems to trace a mark into your chest.
Ooh.
I take it you find that you're pretty charming, don't you?
I like to think so.
Let's see how people feel about you now.
It glows and dissolves into your chest, and you now have disadvantage on charisma saves and checks.
Oh, that's not good.
Something to remember me by.
And she kisses your cheek gently and then floats back out to where she was. I'm counting that as part of her.
No.
She would have come around to do
No,
that.
stay there!
Dude, is that like forever, or can you make that go away?
What does that tell you?
Until dispelled.
Yeah, that's...
Curse. Oh,
Stop
fuck.
it.
She's such a bitch!
It does not have its mud breath. It's going to try to lunge itself at Quintus.
No,
Yeah!
come hang it with Lexi.
It misses, because it... Why do you want the method to go to Lexi?
I'm just so alone, man. Aww.
I would like to try to potentially chucking my rope at her and attempting to kind of like pull the fucking like basically trying to attempt to pull the broom in a downward motion.
You're trying to lasso this bitch?
Roll
Like
an,
one of them cows?
roll an athletics check with disadvantage, given the impromptu nature of what you're doing.
Definitely. That's the only thing I can think of, like, to get her to fuck down.
Fair. It's fair, man. It's a good call.
Come on, Quintus. Damn it! I got an 18 on the
She only got an 11.
Oh! I'm gonna bonus actions do my second wind.
Fair enough.
Bam.
Nice second win.
Hey, there we go.
All
Thank
right.
God.
Get down here!
You're supposed to be trying to make me do.
I'll start heckin' doing that for everyone else with my other two spells.
Oh, the Glen in me is looking at the group of them over there and just being like, what a good place for a fireball.
Are you kidding me?
You mark off the spell slot, you heal yourself, you fill yourself full of restorative energy, but in a panic, having just been in a lot of danger, you don't manage to restore as much as you may have liked. This paper
I wanted
golem's
to
gonna
restore
go.
water down my cure wounds.
Miriam, this one's gonna come at you and attack you. It nat 20.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
It's
Why do you hate the people who work for you, Logan?
I don't! Okay,
Project
you take this, you take 15 damage from a maximum die roll.
Oh my god.
And then, because it covered itself in ink, you need to make a con save, which you fail. You take an additional. You take an additional 2d4 poison damage
Aaron, why you like this?
as ink enters into you.
Ooh.
Aristo, you are not heckin'. I'm gonna take restrained and frightened off you. Those are no longer true, but you are unconscious.
Yay! Am I having nice dreams?
Yeah, you're having nice dreams.
Will I dream, I wonder?
This Mephit's gonna come up here and try to attack Fenris.
All the mud methods just surround your unconscious body, just barf mud.
Goes up there,
I'm
misses.
swimming.
Lexi!
Suffocate.
Lexi, you're not afraid!
I'm coming back, y'all.
I'm not afraid, not afraid.
Okay, so it's 30 feet to get back to the map. So you're 30 feet as of there.
40 to fuck. Okay, I'm 30 as of there, so I can only go another 30.
Oh, yeah, you bonus action
I
dash.
can bonus action dash, but god damn,
Yeah.
that's as far as I can go. Shit!
But you're not afeared anymore. That's the main
I'm
thing.
not afeared anymore. It's the main thing.
Yeah.
God damn. Yep, that's all I can do. A bonus action. so
Glass
be-
Golem's gonna step forward and try to punch you, Fenris. Nat ones! These things suck. I'm never running Glass Golems again. They have built-in bad luck.
Oh my god.
No, keep running them.
Nah, nothing fine.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, Miriam. She's gonna cast Thunderwave.
You.
Shit.
Oh no. Oh, that's really bad for Quintus.
Quintus.
Nah, it's fine.
Quintus!
If anyone can make it, it's him. But if he doesn't, he's fucking dead.
Let's go.
How deep does that fucking...
We were
That is a
giving
cool-
context earlier when she threw the cage, and it took a while before we heard any sound.
Oh, yeah.
So you're gonna take half of it as she casts Thunder Wave to hit you.
Do it.
Izzy,
Reveal all of
since
her
he's
secrets.
unconscious right now.
Oh yeah, give it to Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy, you're Fenris.
Oh god.
If you fuck this up,
I don't want this responsibility.
I love that Nico gets a no snooping and his gets a swear to God,
So
I'll kill you.
go ahead and take control of Fenris in the thing, Izzy.
Okay.
No,
And
I
I'm
love
gonna have
you
to-
all so much. And I'm gonna go the next time y'all see me. I'm gonna be in a 21. I hope to see you all before that. But to stream, I love you all. Adi toast, you're all loved and appreciated.
You're
Okay,
doing
goodbye.
it. You're about to become an adult. I'm so proud of you.
Way to
I was
go.
already. I was already an adult. You can all heck off. I'm
Okay.
baby.
All right, get out of here. Okay.
All right, heck in.
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll have to end in the next half hour definitely because we have somewhere we need to be. So this is not. This is. Fenris is now surrounded.
God, are you kidding me, man?
And it attacks, and it hits!
Well, she's down.
And... Nope, not down.
She's not down!
She's not down. She does have to make a con
She had a
save.
decent amount of health.
Con save against poison damage. Fails.
Shit.
He was less
Poison
than
damage.
that.
She down!
My point stands!
Well, I had a good run.
Way
I
to
did a lot of
be-
good with her.
Guys, can we immediately send Brett a message being like, well, Lizzie killed her?
I'm just gonna send her a quick message.
I failed.
Dude, it needs to just be like, and she's down. Like, just that's all you got.
I just sent a message and be like, well, Izzy killed Fenris.
And it's done. Like, just...
I can only jump 5 feet. What the fuck?
That's pretty high, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty high,
Especially
but not
with plate
20.
armor.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
So is that something you guys want to do?
That might not be enough.
Yeah, it's
even if
not
we did that.
That wouldn't be
Yeah.
enough. So...
I mean, you
That
only
would
have...
just be like up
you
to
only-
10 feet.
What?
I can, like...
No, if you roll a
turn
strength
into-
check,
wait.
you roll an athletics check.
I'd have
and
to
you do
roll
it.
an athletics check, too. I'd have to roll, like, a 16
Yeah.
on the die.
What Quintus would.
Which
I'd,
is
I'd have
not-
him do it when I'd have him do it when he launches you.
Oh, gotcha.
I have a 4. I could make that, but
Yeah.
I can turn into a fox and y'all can throw me next
I think
time.
I'm just gonna go for the thing I did last time.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll me an athletics check with
decently low
disadvantage.
on that, so. Do-do-do. Hopefully,
Athletics check with disadvantage.
I'm doing. I had to click it.
Bitch!
Take an
Oh.
inspiration first of all. So
Yes,
you
though.
do it, and yeah. So she rolled a 6. So you're trying to get her the broom.
I'm trying to pull the broom basically out from under her.
Yes, though.
Then yes, you do that. You grab the broom and you yank it out from under her. She's going to fall, and she falls in front of you. I'm gonna have her do a dexterity check.
Slap her in the face! Get your hand
She got
on
really
her,
low.
boy!
She hits the ground. She's going to take 2d6 damage. Boop-a-doop-boo. She hits the ground. You pull it out from under her. The broom stays in the air and just flies a bit away. She succeeds her con stuff.
Put a hand on her shoulder.
Should be prone as well.
She would be prone.
Yes.
Oh, Vogan, oh my god.
Unfortunately, that wasn't an attack action, so I
Yeah,
can't
that
do anything
was-
else.
Yeah.
All
But-
that business.
I look to her as she's like, "That's what you've been trying to do earlier." It's just like, I said, get down.
She like hits the ground. She prioritizes holding her hat to the top of her head over trying to land properly. Will this be it? Will this be the time?
I'm,
Get her.
Would it be an athletics check to grapple her?
Are you trying to
Well, you just
grapple
have
her
to
or are you
touch her.
trying to hit her?
You just have to touch her
It's your call.
Yeah, just have
Probably
to touch her,
have to
right?
touch her,
with
right?
your hand.
Just
Yep.
boop her snoot, man.
She's
Get her.
gonna shield.
Well, would a grapple check be, touching her?
Depends on what you want to do.
Well, grapple her.
Okay, go ahead and roll an athletics check. She's gonna roll acrobatics.
Isn't she prone? When you have to pick her up to grapple
She can
her?
still do that. You rush forward. This is a weird thing to say this for, but how do you want to do this?
Oh my god, I'm so proud of you! Get her! Crush her to death!
How you grabbing her?
All right, Quintus like lassos her fucking broom down. She falls to her back, and then Vogan just out of the blue like just fucking like football tackles her.
So she's already on the... You hit her. She lets out a very brief surprise. And then, assuming that you like tackled her on the ground, she just stops, flops her arms to the side.
Ah, I'm a bit surprised that you managed to get me.
On your stupid game.
That you did.
She like snaps her fingers, and you see all of the various golems, mephits, whatnot. They all just seem to freeze. The mephits just dissolve into mud.
Well, the deal was that I would answer one question that you all had, totally honestly.
Are we out of combat?
If you want to be.
I immediately just go down to Fenris.
Are you holding her, or what are you doing?
For Scandal?
Yeah, Vogan. What are you continuing to try to grapple, or are you holding her in place?
No, but I take her broom.
The broom is flying in the air.
Oh, it's in the air. Oh,
Grab it.
I thought you like yanked it out of the air.
The broom can fly on its own.
I yanked it out from under her.
All right, question of the party.
Yeah.
Where is Murkwire?
Where's Murkwire? Or where's Kyverium?
I said Murkwire. I already know where Kyverium is.
Is this the question being asked, or are you delegating?
I immediately asked that.
God damn it! All right.
She'll look to the rest of the group.
Is that what you want to know?
Looks at
After all, I did
else.
say that if you laid a hand on me, I'd answer any question you wanted, so
Looks to Vogan.
ask. Specifically the one that won.
Where's Murkwire?
Where is Murkwire? Well, my mother had taken over an old fortress built into the sky wall a very long time ago. And after Murkwire came into it, took my mother's life, and then,
She air quotes.
enslaved my mother's daughter, he decided to continue using it, because it's very hard to get to. So that's where he is most of the time. Murkwire is... and I don't tell you this, but Murkwire's currently looking for something that I think would be very interesting to see let out. And if it is...
Let out.
What is it?
She like she's been like at this point looking out down to the down into the darkness below you guys. She like turns over her shoulder.
If you need me to spell everything out for you, you're really not all that interesting, are you? If you want to learn that, get it from his mouth, not mine.
Get out of here.
As you wish. Also, you're looking for Kyverium, and I don't really gain anything from keeping him captive. My mother used to be friend with a cult of fish people, Kuotoa.
Oh, God.
They were old friends of hers, so I called...
Here.
Well, that sounds promising.
Yeah, what?
Along...
You said that here was the entrance to the Underdark.
Part of it, yes. They use these paths to travel. I won't tell you exactly how to get there, but... the passage that Kyverium was captured through was something that my mother had set up as a deal with the previous tavern owner, where she would have them lure people in to be taken by the Kuotoa. If you follow it, you may eventually find your way to their cult, where I'm sure that they're planning to sacrifice him to their defunct false god. They do like inventing gods, those fish people.
Do you have any sort of estimation on when that might happen?
Not sure. It's
Then
really
we
up
leave
to
now.
them. But I had told them that for this particular sacrifice, there would eventually be a sign that would tell them that the right day was upon them. After all, if he died too soon, and if you used some kind of divination to try to find him, you wouldn't have come here and I wouldn't have caught you, so I delayed as best I could. But who knows? The Kuotoa, they are radical, to say the least. So they might see a fish jump out of the water and decide that's their sign. So you'd best hurry. But you told me to get out of here, and I plan to do just that.
She steps off and falls swiftly, and you see the broom in the air move towards her, and she catches it, stepping on it.
I use the rope to stop it so she falls to her death. I'm kidding.
She like lands on the broom, slowly spins, standing on it by the tips of her toes.
I wish you luck, and I do hope you prove to be entertaining in the future. If Murkwire ever does tell me to kill you and you're not entertaining, then I'll have to do as he asks. You understand.
You're doing a whole lot of not leaving.
Yeah, he told you to leave. You
Nope.
should probably get here.
Sorry.
She snaps her fingers and she is instantly gone. So, assuming that, yeah, you guys head back up, we're gonna stop there. All right, the credits rolled. We're gonna take off. Aaron, figure out someone for us to raid. Goodbye, everybody. Remember to go to the DM's Guild and buy the stuff. Goodbye.
Thing. Goodbye.